Hey guys, let's get down to it. It's time for whatever we're calling this. Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul Nix, and this is a sort of a test run for Johnny Talk Show. You'll figure out what Johnny Talk Show is in the coming days, months, hours, minutes, years. Who knows? It all depends on when I get my crap together, or shit together. But for now, let's start with some random questions. How often do I use my phone? Every day. As a phone? Maybe once a month. I hate phone calls. Phone calls terrify me. Is it better to work at a job you love or a job that pays well? Well, the answer to that seems obvious, given that I'm here an hour late in 30-degree heat. Biggest regret this week. It's Monday, so let's give that some time. I woke up, so that was a problem. What else we got? Am I an indoor or outdoor person? Depends on the weather. Depends on how much booze is on hand, or how many bugs are involved. Favorite pizza topping? Chicken. Some things that you should not say at a funeral. Probably the C word, but that's like something you probably shouldn't say at the best of times, even though I know people who like the T word and don't like the C word. I really don't see, I mean, it's the same thing. One just sounds more harsh. It's the last book you gave up on and stopped reading. I haven't completely given up on it, but The Gun by Chivers. It's a sort of a biography of the AK-47. C.J. Chivers. It's called The Gun. I think it was just almost murdered. That was weird. Has anyone else almost been murdered by ghosts? I mean, there definitely have been people who've been murdered by ghosts. But has anyone almost been murdered by ghosts, like me just now? Show of hands. I can't see you. So let's get back to a few more random questions. Have I ever saved someone's life? Yes. I don't know. Worst movie I've ever seen. Movies that have enraged me, but I don't know about worst, because I think even bad movies can teach you things. What issue will always speak my mind about? Food, generally. The fact that Eddie Redmayne is carrying around Michael Keaton's Oscar. What's on my bucket list this year? I don't have a bucket list. I've made a bucket list, but I don't take it too seriously. Least favorite chore? All of them. Doing the dishes. Have I ever seen a ghost? No. Have you ever been done karaoke? That's not a question. Which do you like better, TV or movies? Again, it's taken on an instance-by-instance basis. Am I religious? No. Because, come on. But let's move on. I'm still testing things out here, playing with them, and got a little bit of time left. So I figured I'd read an excerpt from a book I'm working on. It's called Airwolf. The dream had been a good one. He didn't remember the details, but Charlie Stokes' heart rate and sense of pleasing disorientation upon waking let him know that the dream he had just left had been a good one. He'd been jostled awake by the turbulence his plane was currently experiencing. Nothing special, just a patch of choppy sky. On his way to see his folks in Houston. No reason in particular. Taking a week off work and having some of his mom's cooking was good enough. Maybe he'd even work up the nerve to go see Sharon. He pushed the thought of her away as he pushed himself up in his seat. Charlie stretched as well as he could while sitting in his coach accommodations. He was able to stretch better than usual because he had the whole row to himself. Most of the rows near him were empty as well. There were drawbacks to taking flight so late / so early, but not being surrounded by freaks wasn't one of them. Not to mention the ticket prices. Charlie smiled to himself. The plane shook again, causing the half-empty cup of water in Charlie's tray to slide 3 inches onto the novel he'd been reading. A few stray drops flew out and landed on the book, making the secret agent on the cover look bug-eyed. He downed the water and wiped off his reading material, tucking it into his bag on the seat next to him. With one last quick stretch, Charlie stood and started to make his way to the bathroom. He mainly kept his eyes down at the running lights marking the aisleway. In the dim light of the cabin, he could only make things out enough to tell what they were in general. He cursed at himself for not bringing his glasses. From the dull dots sitting in seats here and there, he guessed that he was one of about 30 or 40 passengers. He was so tired when he boarded that he'd fallen asleep almost right away. Again, the plane had a wild piece of sky, this time harder than before. Charlie lost his footing and stumbled. He was able to grab a hold of an empty seat and hang on until the trembling of the aircraft ceased. He took a breath and collected himself. The things you gotta do sometimes just to take a shit. At least you're not out there, a light voice nearby, casual. Charlie leaned down past the seat he was holding to see a striking blonde in the window seat peering out into the wind-whipped night. He didn't much go for white meat, especially bleached blonde white meat, but she was thick in all the right places and had a face he could swear he'd seen in a magazine or on TV before. He squinted and cursed himself even harder for not bringing his glasses. Charlie shrugged. No place I'd rather be. He saw the blonde smile from the corner of her mouth, though she didn't turn away from the window. Nowhere? I've never been to Philadelphia. At that, the woman chuckled and turned to look at him. When she smiled, it held its breath hostage for half a second. There's plenty of time. She turned back to the window and resumed her solitary vigil. Charlie was altogether confused and bewitched by the woman. She exuded a zen-like confidence that comes with easygoing optimism. Her knockout figure and gorgeous face made her even more dangerous. He figured speaking with her further would spoil the moment, so he continued down the aisleway, taking greater care to hold on to the furniture as he went. He made it to the bathroom and entered. The lock on the outside of the door flicked partly around, displaying the word occupied. Inside it was pitch black. If he didn't reach out and touch the walls, the darkness seemed to go on infinitely. 2 seconds passed in the abyss, and the overhead light automatically glowed to life. Charlie looked into his own brown eyes in the mirror and shot himself a half-assed smile. At least you got your health smile, as if anyone did. Of course, that's just a preview, and we haven't even gotten to the werewolf stuff. But I mean, what do you want for free? And me just screwing around here. I mean, I could start playing with the Kinder Egg toys I have on my desk and make weird noises for 7 more minutes, but that's not going to be entertaining for everyone. I mean, well, it'll be entertaining for some of you, but I don't know why 3-year-olds would be listening to a random dude's podcast. Let's just see what's in the news, because that'll eat up some time. Ontario, it's not. Murder, that's fun. Trump, friggin'. I mean, sorry, I'm with John Mulaney on this. His Kid Gorgeous special, he gets it right. With his horse in the hospital analogy. It's dead on. PC Organics, Love Child, Organics baby food, recalled due to spoilage. Well, let's see about that. 16 flavors of organic baby food. This is from the Star, the Toronto Star, I believe. Ottawa. 16 flavors of organic baby food pouches are being recalled due to a packaging defect. 8 flavors of President's Choice Organics and 8 flavors of Love Child Organics baby. That's a weird thing to call that. Love Child Organic baby food are being pulled from the marketplace due to an issue that may allow spoilage microorganisms to permeate the packaging and cause the products to spoil. That's gross. Canadian Food Inspection Agency says the recall was triggered by consumer complaints, although no illnesses have been reported. Gross. There's a school shooter, active shooter video game. That doesn't sound good. Pandora launches unlimited premium family plan for $15 per month with a 60-day free trial. Well, that sounds interesting. I might have to try that. I had been using Spotify Premium, but it's $10. It's $10 a month. I'm trying to pay off some stuff and other things. So, I went back to regular Spotify, and because I already had the Amazon Premium audio, and that's free. So why not? But if Pandora got a 60-day free trial, I get that. I could that. Inside the ultra-luxurious Canadian cabin, rumored as the Harry and Marco's honeymoon destination. That's gross. Astronaut Alan Dean dies. That's unfortunate. This is all just terrible, terrible things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I wish the world was funnier. But sometimes it's not. Apparently Pandora is not available in Canada yet, so the fuck. Well, in conclusion, I guess, I have no idea what I'm doing. But at least we can look forward to more of this, maybe. Hopefully in a better, more polished type of thing. I want to say thank you for sticking around till the end. I don't know why in hell you did that. I don't know why I did. Well, let me just say thank you. Yeah, that's thank you. And have a good day, have a good night, and like all of us, I hope you don't piss any solids. Well, yeah, just good luck with urinating. I'll see you.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.